अरे आप दोनों का नाम कॉमन है, हम तो आपसे भी काम चला लेंगे।
उनको कहा था, कल किया था, उसने कहा ठीक है आ जाऊंगा, मैंने सारा भेज दिया।
होपफुली ही इज एट
अदरवाइज
होम। उनको याद रहा होगा, होपफुली ही इज एट होम।
हेलो हेलो, हाँ लॉग इन करिए आप। हाँ आपका भाषण है अभी, लॉग इन करिए, मैं आपको एंजॉय कर रहा हूँ।
ये तो अच्छा था सर कि ये आप वाले फोन में कोड आ गया। दूसरा होता तो फिर वो दिक्कत हो जाती। एक्चुअली ये अपनी लैपटॉप से
हाँ
ना
मेरे वाले फोन
मैंने
ये हुआ तो होता है, मैंने किया था उससे था, ये
नहीं
अपने
उसमें
सीट से।
आपका क्या है सर, आपके
ये चेंज कैसे हो गया?
वो 2-3 आईडी जब खुले हो ना तो सॉफ्टवेयर कंफ्यूज हो जाता है कि कौन से लॉगिन करना है।
अच्छा,
तो इसलिए मैं कहता हूँ कि
बड़ा
आप सभी
स्ट्रेंज है।
अकाउंट से साइन इन करके सीड आईसीएफ से लॉगिन करेंगे तो चल पड़ेगा। बट एनीवे अच्छा हुआ वो फोन पर कोड आ गया और वो
हाँ
मैं
पिछली बार भी फोन पे कोड आया था। Let's wait. So, Usman, you are from, you're seeing the
I am
football
here
match
only.
or you are there?
No, I am here only. I am here only. Sir, I did not
Here
get the
only.
ticket
Okay,
for
okay.
the match. I
Okay,
got the
okay,
flight
good,
ticket,
good.
but did not get the ticket for the match. That I am
Ticket for
planning
that.
for the
Yes,
semi-final. Match I did not get for the flight ticket only. So
नमस्ते
I
प्रोफेसर
just
शर्मा,
वेलकम वेलकम डॉक्टर साहब, वेलकम।
आपकी आवाज
आप अनम्यूट करिए, अपने आप को अनम्यूट करिए।
नमस्कार डॉक्टर साहब।
अब बात होगी।
अब ठीक है।
नमस्कार, वेलकम वेलकम
थैंक यू।
वेलकम।
ऐसा लगता है कि आप
ये डॉक्टर आरसी शर्मा आपके पास, इन्होंने लेटिन करे आज ये मैनेज कर रहे हैं। डॉक्टर आरसी शर्मा अम्बेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी में टेक्नोलॉजी के प्रोफेसर हैं और सारी टेक्नोलॉजी यही देखते हैं। और डॉक्टर जीडी शर्मा, माय नेम सेक, ही इज गौरी दत्त, मतलब गौरी के दिए हुए, मैं गणेश दत्त, गणेश का दिया हुआ। तो ये दिस इज he has been a vice chancellor of several universities and now he's going to be a president of Association of Indian Universities shortly, because he is already vice president of Association of Indian University. Presently he is a vice chancellor of USTM in Meghalaya.
big congratulations।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
मेरे ख्याल में आप आराम से, क्योंकि आप फोन यूज कर रहे हैं, आप सोफा या कुर्सी पर बैठकर उसको सामने किताब वगैरह से फोन को लगा लीजिए। खड़े खड़े तो आपको थक जाएंगे।
मैं अभी इसको स्टैंड पे रखता हूँ डॉक्टर साहब।
हाँ जी हाँ जी, फोन किताब रख के उसके साथ लगा लीजिए, वो भी चलेगा।
हाँ, नहीं वो दूसरे रूम में जाकर के।
हाँ जी, वैसे आपकी आवाज ऑडियो बहुत क्लियर है आपका, तो
थैंक यू।
क्योंकि आपको याद होगा सर, वो प्रोफेसर सान्याल जी की आवाज दिक्कत रहती है। वो
नहीं, उनका वो थोड़ा वो भी है ना, माइक की भी प्रॉब्लम है। दूसरा, इस एज पे आवाज हमारी हमेशा हर लोगों की कमजोर होती जाती है।
नहीं, मुझे लगता है उनको नई लैपटॉप की जरूरत है, उनको उनके सिस्टम की।
अब ठीक है डॉक्टर साहब,
बहुत बढ़िया जी।
हाँ ठीक है। ये इनका ये कैसे शर्मा जी, पूरा स्क्रीन क्यों नहीं आ रहा है?
वो मोबाइल पर है इसलिए पूरा स्क्रीन नहीं आएगा। मोबाइल पे वो
अच्छा मोबाइल पे, ठीक है।
वो स्क्रीन से पता चल जाता है हमें कि किस चीज से लॉगिन कर रखा है।
हाँ जी, नहीं मैं मोबाइल पर हूँ।
ओके।
आप कोई पीपीटी तो नहीं शो करने वाले?
नहीं।
अच्छा ठीक है, क्योंकि यदि वो हो तो आप मुझे भेज सकते हैं, मैं डिस्प्ले कर दूंगा।
नहीं बिल्कुल डिस्प्ले नहीं है। मैं अभी थोड़ी देर हुई तो यूनिवर्सिटी से लौटा
जी, तो
वो असल में यहाँ इंटरनेट की अभी प्रॉब्लम है रेजिडेंस वाले में, ये लोग लाइन बिछा रहे हैं।
हाँ, जब तक वो कंप्लीट इंस्टॉलेशन वगैरह ठीक नहीं हो
जी
जाता।
जी जी जी।
और वैसे आपके फोन से भी अच्छा ऑडियो और वीडियो दोनों बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है।
थैंक यू थैंक यू।
Okay. Shall we wait for some people or we begin? Because Muhammad Ali is in Qatar. He may join, he may not join. Dr. Bawri has joined from Shillong. Dr. Usman has joined. Abhimanyu has joined from JNK.
So what we can
Gogoi
do-
might join.
what
Some
we-
other people might join.
what
And
we-
let's, if you suggest, we can start the. Shall I initiate the Sharmaji?
We can start and let us have introduction by all colleagues so that Professor Sharma comes to know. And in the meantime, if someone also joins, then they will be okay. So, okay, friends, good evening, namaste, and welcome to the session today, which is again on higher education as a part of our international diploma in educational leadership for higher education. We are very happy to have Professor G.D. Sharma, who has joined us as an expert for today's session. Now I request another Professor G.D. Sharma to say a few words, and then may I request Dr. Usman and Abhimanyu to briefly tell about them. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Welcome, friends, and let me take this opportunity to welcome Dr. G.D. Sharma,
Thank you very much.
who has been a very eminent scientist and science, and then subsequently he has worked on the Vice Chancellor of 3 universities, and now he is Vice Chancellor of USTM. And one of the important things is that education policy, last time he interacted at Shillong, and I find he has a deep knowledge of how education policy has been developed, how it's going to, we should be implemented. As a part of the content, we have already provided you a detailed paper by Dr. P.R. Panchmukhi, who has dealt with the policy evolution over a period of almost 100 years. And in fact, he has taken the old as well as 1986 policy, 1964, 1986, and then he developed 16 criteria on which policy can be evaluated. We have also provided you the NEP 20 text on the policy, and some of the articles on GRE, some of the articles on CUT, and some of the articles on various aspects reflecting the policy. Today, I added some of the guidelines which have ABC and transforming higher education through multidisciplinarity, other aspects of it. So, content-wise, we have already put a lot of material. Interestingly, I also put 2 CD publications on the policy suggestions, assessment and policy suggestions, and put on a URL in our canvas. And you might as well have a look at them, and then we can continue. This is the first of the session of this module. Module is starting from today, and it will continue for a month. The next session would come on 7th. And then we are going to have interactive contact program in Delhi from 19 to 21, 3 days, where eminent persons are going to interact with you there. So these are the big aspect which I thought I'll share with you. And we can, all of you can introduce briefly. Dr. Usman is a very senior principal and as well as has participated in several policy making in Kerala. Dr. Usman, you can go ahead. Then Abhimanyu is an entrepreneur. Dr. Bawri is a principal of the.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
In Shillong, and he is partly entrepreneur.
Okay. Honorable, we have the 2 trios for Sharma ji, Honorable, our mentor Sharma ji, and also our facilitator Sharma ji and the resource person today, Sharma ji, GD Sharma ji. I am Dr. Usman from Kerala. Okay, for the last 37 years, I am in the higher education field. And more than 17 years, I am a principal, working as a principal even now. Occupied many positions in the academic bodies of the universities, autonomous colleges, government commissions, and so on. Policy is an important area in which I am interested, basically. I look forward to hearing from you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Bhavri, is your audio working? Can you speak? Yes, we can see you now. Thank you. Your voice is not coming. No, it looks like the volume is low. Okay, anyway, Professor GD Sharma has introduced about her, so maybe Abhimanyu, are you able to say something about you?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir, and good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Sir, I have some problem with the video, so
It's okay.
that's why
Yeah,
it's not showing.
Your audio
So,
is
sir,
good.
hi, myself, Abhimanyu Katoch. I am from J&K, and I have been working in education sector since last 1 decade. So, I have done my I've done my masters in management, and I'm working in education sector, sir, currently.
Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, then now I request Professor GD Sharma to kindly share his thoughts about the today's topic. Over to you, sir, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab, and I am thankful to Professor GD Sharma ji that Ganesh Dutt Sharma, though our name is GD Sharma, but meaning is also same. He is Ganesh, and my full name is Gauri Dutt, means Ganesh, means Parvati's Putra Ganesh. So we also share the same meaning, and luckily many times they ask me about Professor GD Sharma because he has been in UGC and he is much more popular, and as well as he is so much active, and Madam was also known to me, and she was also working in Northeast. So in Northeast especially, people know him, and they have taken lot of programs under his leadership on the leadership development. Many principles they have joined. They have taken both that India and abroad program. And today, first time, Dr. Ramesh R.P. Sharma ji, namaskar. And really you are actively engaged in technological backup, because Prof. Sharma ji told me about you when he called me last time.
Ji.
And I'm happy to see Professor Usman ji, principal for so many years in South, in Kerala. I have been there in a number of colleges as a NEC chairman. And I'm happy to see Dr. Abhimanyu, who is involved in entrepreneurship in higher education and maybe in school education also. So, good evening to every one of you, and I'm so happy that Professor Sharma Saab has given me this opportunity to interact and to discuss. Yesterday, actually, I was in Delhi. That Indian Chamber of Commerce, they organized one program on internationalization of higher education, and a number of programs on NEP 2020 are being held in many universities, colleges in different parts. And the reason why it is taking place is because this is for the first time that policy has come from bottom up.
Yes.
Ways, not from top. Other policies were from top to bottom, and that is why people were not involved. It was only simply the passing of ordinance and then implementation. But this time, people are so much aware. This NEP 2020 has become so common name that everyone, every teacher at least know that there is NEP 2020. They may not be knowing about Kothari's Commission's report, national policy, and Professor Yashpal's national education policy, but this has become so common. And in a way, it is very good. And in this, only thing that because of Corona, though the policy was declared in July 2020, but somehow it could not take off so fast. But one advantage has been that due to Corona, the technology has penetrated to a great extent. And we have been advanced at least 10 years ahead in learning technology compared to if it was in a normal process of implementation of technology. So this is one advantage of the Corona, that in beginning it had affected our way of delivery and communication, and also affected the first year exam of 2020, particularly because the exams were going on in many universities. Generally, March month is the March exam starts. So that was the only problem. But later on, teaching now and exams became a routine kind of using through the technology. In fact, initially our students were opposing online teaching and exam, but now situation is that they want online teaching and exam. So totally it is in reverse direction now, because it is anywhere, anytime, and they need not to prepare themselves for attending class, that you get up and take bath, take breakfast, and you have to reach to 9 o'clock to your classroom. So all those things are saved. And another thing, that the access has become through the technology to knowledge easier, much easier compared to the before 2020, because earlier it was mainly teacher centered and library centered or book centered education, and very less access was available. Similarly, the development of networking was very slow, very poor, but it has also put pressure on the government and other agencies to take this networking even to the rural areas, to remote areas, or somehow, though we are still having this problem of access. But what we have seen, that there is a tremendous improvement. We are not able to see 100%, we cannot say, but there is certainly improvement. And at least now, you see, another advantage, that it has saved a lot of time, money, and it has facilitated many things. Though we cannot say that it can replace our physical way of dissemination of knowledge, because still we feel that contact part is very important, because that gives more confidence among the people when they meet personally, to see the teacher or the trainer and develop the emotional and other things. So that means it will further, we can say, will be improving, but it has become now the means of way of our improving the knowledge transmission, as well as including different ways to have the access.
हाँ, चलिए
So what we have seen now in NEP 2020, as we all are aware,
हाँ एक क्लास
that this is trying to give more liberty to the students, to the learners,
दुर्शन को मैसेज भेज दूंगा मैं,
that
पूछ लो।
as per their
वो मिला
potential,
होगा कि क्योंकि आपका शायद
they should
copyright
have the access and
conference वाले
opportunity.
दिन तक नहीं था, बाद में
And
आया
we
तो
can
वो
see
मेरे ख्याल में उसी वजह से हुआ
When
होगा
we
कि
say opportunity, it may not be possible to any institute to provide all kinds of learning opportunity at one
पार्टीशन कह
place.
सकते थे, हाँ,
We
नहीं,
may
वो
have
थोड़े बहुत
limitations,
मेरे ख्याल में
and
ज्यादातर
that is
लोगों
how
का इशू हो गया था।
the educational institutions have emerged,
वो आपको
and
करना होगा ना पेपर शायद।
so much diversity is there, not only among the learners, but also in the course contents,
कॉपीराइट आप बेशक एक ही कागज पे साइन
and
करके
the
दे
way
सकते हो।
courses are coming up in a very fast manner, because of the linking
वो
of
कोई बात नहीं, उससे कोई
learning to the market, learning linkage to
चलो
the innovations, to the research, and because of this technology, the shrinkage of the political boundaries has taken place, and therefore it has also put pressure on everybody now as a global competition, because the jobs in governments are decreasing, jobs in corporate are increasing, but at the same time,
वो मेरी कॉलिंग
those
करता है
who
वो।
can add some innovation, they are preferred. And any economy is sustainable when continuous innovations are added. That is why many corporate also have been closed down, because they could not keep up with the new innovations, with new technology, and therefore those traditional way of marketing, of business have completely changed. When so much change has taken place world over, it is necessary that the education should also change. So what was happening in our country, that we were not able to change so fast in terms of our particularly the curriculum development, contents and all these things. It was very slow change, and therefore the quality used to be known, not that good of our institutions, which can meet the requirement of the corporates. So people used to say that hardly 10% or 20% people are employable. Remaining 80% people are unemployable, because the way of our teaching, the way of our training given to the students, especially that how we can inculcate that the problem finding process of society related activities, and also to work out the solution, because both these things give to a new business. That is why in last 2-3 years, the youngsters who have got the good knowledge of technology and also they have learned the way of this finding solution. That means it has created the knowledge-driven economy. They have started incubators, they have started startups and unicorn. And Indian youths, because of their self-learning, access to the learning from various platforms which are nowadays available, Coursera and other things, they have thousands of Hello?
Ji, we can listen.
Hello?
We can hear you. It's okay.
Hello?
Yes, your audio is coming.
Hello?
We can hear you. Please continue.
Hello?
Is it okay now?
Hello?
हाँ जी, ठीक है. आपकी आवाज आ रही है.
Acha, because one phone was coming from Dr. Sita Raman,
Acha,
who is newly appointed as chairman of AICT.
Okay, हाँ,
Oh.
उन्होंने नया ज्वाइन किया है अभी.
Acha, just 1 minute, I will take break. I will call him from another phone.
ठीक है, जी.
Just sorry for interruption.
नहीं, it's okay, it's okay. We will wait for you.
Join us shortly. One of the things which I have been thinking to incorporate is the various guidelines which have been given by the UGC for implementing the policy. So few of the guidelines we have already incorporated, put it today. One of these on the ABC, Academic Bank of Credit. Other is on the transforming higher education through curriculum, multidisciplinarity, and other related aspects of flexibility, then outcome-based learning. Then National Qualification Framework, National Higher Education Qualification Framework, that aspect also we added. So these are the attempt to CUTU. I have an article on Central University entrance test that has become a common for almost all university now. Central universities and central university admissions are going still they are taking place in November, and that issue is article has been put in there. What I'll be requesting some of the persons who are attending the program, kindly have a look at it, some of the aspects of implementing the education policy initiated by UGC, and I'm going to add few more guidelines which have been done on teachers education. Also, guideline has been given, and several other guidelines. This is implementation aspect of it, which the UGC is trying to do it through various schemes and programs and a particular guideline. CU2 has been a major area of concern and content because now hardly few months are left, but it is being suggested that the examinations should be conducted on time. So that you kindly go through the article on CU2. My own concern is that concept is good, but it needs to be decentralized. So policy implementation process is going on one way, mostly focusing on the central university institutions, etc. That is a matter of, but luckily, northeast part has been right now kept out from the implementation of CU2. Particularly, their affiliated colleges are there. But Delhi University has started doing it, and Delhi University colleges are being following the CU2 examination results. So these are the aspects which you must also look into, that how implementation would be possible, and if implementation is done in hurry, what are the likely impact of this process? So and then Panchmukhi's article is on in terms of how to evaluate a policy. And that is also there are certain criteria is put it when we are looking at a policy has to achieve certain objects, certain results, etc. So that's why I would also suggest you to have those 16 criteria on which he is trying to evaluate a policy. Similar criteria is also being evolved by the European OECD and the European Union countries. Dr. Sharma has joined, so
Hello.
I would ask you to continue.
Hello, I am audible?
Ji.
Yes.
Very clear.
Okay, thank you so much, and sorry for this interruption.
It's okay.
And,
It's okay. Ji.
So now this has created opportunities as well as a number of challenges. First challenge is that under NAP 2020, when 40% liberty or opportunity, what we may call instead of liberty, can be given to the students to choose as per their potential and also as per their choices. Then the multiple entry and multiple exit. Then the degree from 3 to 4 years. And after 4 years, the student can directly go for PhD. Then the student having the potential to shift his course one to another. That means the academic bank of credit where it is allowed. So that means the flexibility in learning also. And now universities are also given opportunity to have joint degree program with foreign university, dual degree program, joining degree program, and in phased manner to develop themselves at least as a sustainable number. That means minimum 3,000. But at present we are having GER about 27%, and as per NAP projection that GER should be 50% by 2035. That means we have challenge of growing horizontally to provide more access, equity, as well as maintain the quality. And similarly, at the same time, to have the vertical growth where we produce the global citizen. So when we say global citizen, because the youths in India of 25 years are more than 50%, and the world needs more Indians, so that these youth should be given such training to become global citizen. That means they must have the assimilatory power to different cultures, to different languages, as well as carry the value system of India. That means the Indian with global perspective, so that they bring a good humanity and are able to create more peaceful environment and also become the part of living together, not having individualistic approach in growth. So all these factors are the part of our NAP 2020, that these are the challenges. And when we say the academic bank of credit, multiple entry exit, so many of our colleges, we have nearly 43,000 colleges, very few of them are having autonomous status. That means the challenge is, first of all, that the colleges should prepare themselves for the NAC gradations. Because now only A-grade colleges are giving autonomy. And this has different kind of the challenge because the new format has come up from NAC, and that people are not, many of them are not aware about the outcome-based education and this course outcome, the program outcome, how to calculate and all these things. And these are some of the problems also, and many times they are doing lot of things, but they are not able to maintain this documentation, so they are not properly projecting their achievements and all these things. So that is different aspects. But more important is, because colleges are affiliated to the universities, unless university implement NEP 2020, so all these opportunities which could be provided to the students cannot be given. So it cannot percolate. That means the implementation of NEP 2020 depends on university system. So, for example, we have implemented, and what we have noticed this time, because this year only we have implemented, the students of political science is offering now course from the computer science, which was not allowed. Now, some of the students have given their preference to have the sports, that means the physical education course. So we are now trying to connect with the sports university through MOU. The university should also agree for providing this opportunity, but that depends on the availability of seats and other things. But we are trying in this way. So what will happen now in this in due course of time, the access to the knowledge, even to those universities which are not having all courses, it will create the place of the strength, utilizing the resources in more efficient way, and also removing the weaknesses of the institutes by having the MOUs. As well as, because of the technology, some of the private institutions and private industries, corporates, they can also come to play an important role, because some of the proposals are already now coming to us. But only thing, those things have to become the part of our delivery system, content development through the university process. We cannot simply recognize those corporates to do everything without taking this into the university system. So that is important, and that is why colleges cannot have directly. So what they can at the most do at this juncture, that they can start the certificate course. But for this, the question comes, the extra payment of fees to the students. Who will bear? Because the government institutions, they have very low fees. Their fees is also given back by the government if they are SC, ST, OBC. Lot of facilities in this way is available. But if they go for this kind of courses which are very costly, they will not get this access. So the technology is helpful. At the same time, it is creating new technological divide among the society because of the access to technology and also the quality courses available on payment basis. So these are some of the areas where the government can also come up to help, and also universities can have the MOUs between those institutes who are having such specialized knowledge of training, and they keep on revising the courses. They have the expertise of developing the contents for emerging areas where new jobs are there, in certain areas where the new opportunities are emerging. So in this way, what we find that the leaders, they need to become like corporate, that they are working should also be in taking the things to a fast mode in development and creating the knowledge band in a fast mode, where multiple courses choices are available. What we have seen by implementing this, the department which were having only 3 to 4 specializations or elective courses, now they have 66 elective courses or the choices for the student within our university. So now you can just imagine how the NEP 2020 has helped the students to have so much basket of the courses, and also it has put pressure on the teachers that now they can think community oriented courses to develop the courses. Also how these new areas which are coming up, the language, the cultural aspect, the history, the local history, and also that how the students can become more innovative, assigning the short project. And moreover, now the things what is having earlier informal kind of education like NSS, NCC, sports, cultural aspects, they all can be converted into formal. So that national credit this framework provide this opportunity, so that students can earn credit on student activity type of the courses, which will make them more interesting to participate as well as to be more creative and also thinker, and also to develop the capacity of self-learning. Once they develop the capacity of self-learning, it will provide the more confidence among the students, and therefore they will give away the feeling that they will need or they will only wait for the teacher to learn. If teacher is absent, that means no class at the moment, that is traditional way. So that all will go away, and because the libraries are also getting digital, so access to library, thousands and lakhs of books now available online. So in this way, the challenge for any leader is how to facilitate all this change to the students. Particularly if there is no regulation available from their university. Because what we have seen, the UGC has in recent months has brought many regulations, and that is what we have seen. So I feel that NEP 2020 in due course of time will provide a very strong engine of knowledge economy. It will provide opportunity to create business by the youth. It will replace many those highly energy required technologies by using the energy efficient technologies, by using the cyclic energy, and also that technology which create very less pollution. And therefore, I feel this artificial intelligence, the IoT, machine learning, all these things which are now coming up very fast, the Indian youth will take part. And their knowledge they will patent, they will use to create business, as well as whatever traditional things are available, whether it is traditional food, whether it is traditional our cultural aspects or biodiversity, all these things can be converted into the business through making use of the content development related to the new technology available through the development of contents and other things. But these things pose challenge to the leader that how to prepare your faculty to accept this. Because what we have seen in our country, being a traditional country, we do not accept change immediately. It takes time to accept any new change. We know that suppose in my room, if some bed is put in one direction, the whole of my life, it will remain in the same direction. I will never think that let us change the direction of my bed, and what happens? Any such kind of the things, that is why the percolation of accepting change, particularly at faster speed, takes time. No matter how good is, but because of lack of our society having very less the higher education, particularly analytical mind of the approach, the scientific approach, that creates the doubts in the mind of people, and that also creates that it will take some time. So what I feel that more such kind of the approaches are required for higher educational institutions to organize such collaboration, also to share the knowledge, institutional knowledge, so that they can make the delivery, development, and dissemination of quality education as well as innovative research, so that it can be applied and it can also create the new opportunity or new solutions which are more efficient, sustainable, and also do not create pressure on the environment. So I think that is okay, sir, from my side.
Thank you very much for very elaborate dealing with the subject, taking all the aspects of NEP. And one of the very interesting statement you made, the change resistance, that bed, the example of bed, which is telling that how things happen. A change is very much resisted by everyone. Change, and this is an opportunity to change for good, change for the development of country. Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. You covered larger ground, and also in a practical way how it is being implemented in your institution, particularly many choices which you have given. 66 you said choices have been given to the people, so that's a great thing. So now I think we can have few questions. Dr. Sharma, it's your role now.
I wanted to ask one thing because you said that yesterday you were here in Delhi and you attended the program at the Indian Chamber of Commerce where the these things they were developed. So any special thing which has come out of that?
Sir, in that and there are, as we are aware, that one is a regulatory part that from government side a number of regulations have to come out, and these regulations should be in a light but tight.
Okay.
And because though we are having this UGC's regulation on joint degree, dual degree, but the off-campus and inviting university in our country, only 8 universities out of nearly 1070 universities, only 8 universities have this type of program. So you can just imagine that the implementation part is very slow, and we do not have even 1% foreign students in our country, whereas more than 1 billion students are going up abroad.
Yes.
So how to arrest and all this means a number of things were discussed, and so lot of things are required to be done both at the universities level as well as particularly from government level, because there are many states, not many, at least few states, 4 or 5 states, they are not agreeing to implement NEP 2020. So all those things are there. So these were discussed, that how to overcome and how to enhance the mobility of students as well as mobility of faculty members.
Oh.
Because both are required. Mobility of faculty is equally important, because from abroad, how to appoint a teacher, we have so strong rules, and people move to the court and every appointment is stopped.
Yes.
And that is why we are having 40% vacant positions in government public institutions. So means these were some of the things which were discussed, because what we find in abroad, these problems are not there, and they have liberty to appoint anywhere from the world. They can admit students from anywhere of the world, and all those things that is how they attract the talent. So what we are having, the competitive talent is low, so our people get the low job in market, not the high job in market. This is one of the reasons. These were the few of the points.
Any point was discussed about like promoting vocationalization of education?
That was there, sir, because as I said, this GER has to be increased, so it is not possible to open another 500 universities by that, means it is slowly. So the digital education is one of the option which can help, and that as well as that skill-oriented education, and the vocational this Council of India is coming into the general education. They are bringing some of these credit courses which can be incorporated now. They are giving this liberty to institute, but as, the IITs and other institutes are still not able to provide such opportunity to general education. If somebody wants to take the course of some IITs, they will not. So means, but what I feel, once slowly the things are changing, because initially what we have seen, even within the university, within the same department, the teachers do not allow the use of instrument in his lab, even to the colleagues, scholars.
Yes.
At present, many institutes are there. There may not be any user, doesn't matter. but they will not allow the research scholar of his own colleague. So this NEP 2020 will provide all these opportunity because they can go to anywhere, have access. Means this will increase the access, and digital education will also come up, that students can opt the courses from any other country if not available in our own country. They need not to go physically. Yeah. So that's what I feel now.
Online courses they can take.
Certainly
Online courses they can take.
online education, blended education, etc.
Yes,
It
yes.
needs boost.
Blended mode, online, dual degree also, they can do 2 degrees. Means all those things will be there. This policy has given lot of opportunity, but it will take some time, sir, to change our mindset and also to adapt this change.
Certainly. Dr. Usman and Abhimanyu, Dr. Bauri.
Sir, thank you, sir, for the very practical discussion on the topic.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, highly illuminating presentation, sir. In the case of policy, you have really touched upon the practical issues that we face.
Yes.
Actually, I was wondering, you are talking in the context of Kerala. Perhaps I was thinking like that because we are having some problems with respect to the implementation of the policy. I just to have 3 observations, or rather queries related to that. Number 1, you mentioned about the restructuring of the higher education institutions. So in the NEP 2020, we have a proposal of restructuring institutions and also to have a magic number of 3,000 students in an institution, 3,000 students in an institution. But actually, what is the roadmap for this type of a consolidation and restructuring of the institutions into a large one, that is 3,001, something like that? What will happen to the other institutions, small institutions? I think NEP is, even now it is blank, or rather in darkness, with respect to a roadmap by which we can have this consolidation and restructuring of the institution by this time frame, so that we can drop the affiliation system, something like that. That is my first one. Secondly, you told that you have visited several colleges in Kerala, being the chairman of the NAC peer team. Sir, in the case of the NAC accreditation, now we are really facing a problem with respect to the introduction of some of the clauses of NEP in the NAC. For example, as you are aware, in the extended profile of the institution, there is a section now, new section introduced, 2A section, and the progress of the institution in the implementation of 6 important criteria, or rather characteristics of NEP are asked. Actually, the colleges do not have anything to write there because, as you said rightly, it is the university or the state government to implement the NEP. And only the colleges can do anything. Because unless the university join the ABC program, the college cannot have anything related to that. We can have some sensitization program, something like that. So actually, you touched the basic issue. This is the basic issue that we face. Because at the university level, there is no initiative for implementing these type of measures. At the government level also. For example, Kerala government had appointed a committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Prabhat Pannaik to study the feasibility of implementing NEP in Kerala. The report categorically actually said that Kerala should not implement NEP in that way. So report has a total negative note has been given by in the report by Prabhat Pannaik. But actually Kerala government is now going on with some measures for implementing NEP, because now yesterday and today a workshop is going on in Trivandrum for restructuring the curriculum in terms of the outcome-based education and so on. And several parts of the state discussions are going on. The day after tomorrow, on 3rd December, we are organizing a discussion on NEP in University Calicut, where Vice Chancellor himself is presenting. I am having a presentation on this particular theme. So one concern is this: how to implement it at the institution level. That is our problem, sir. That is a basic problem. And I think the huge backlog of the accreditation, I think that may be a stumbling block for the implementation of NEP, sir. As you are aware, out of the 42,000 colleges in our country, only less than 14,000 colleges are now accredited. So how to transform these institutions into degree granting, etc., will be the biggest challenge for universities, colleges, as well as the policy makers in that way. So can you suggest any measures for
Yes.
extend?
I will state systematically. Actually, all these things, like number of students, they are not immediately to be done. By 2040, they have to be done. 3,000, that magic number. By 2040.
Okay.
So we have to remove from our mind. Because once GER is increased, then naturally opportunity will be available. Because today we are talking about 40%, it may go 60% from anywhere and all those things. So this opportunity will increase. The second thing that you rightly said, that Kerala and other government like West Bengal, wherever there is another government, they are making their separate committee, but they are, what I came to know because we have friends there, they will take basic NEP 2020 and give the name of their own government. But basic will remain because this is the national part and all this. But when it comes to NEC, because you rightly said only 25 to 30% policies have gone. So now there will be NAC, National Accreditation Council, which will involve a number of other bodies also. So it will make faster. And because NIF and NEC, NBA, all will be merged. The work is already going on. And that is another way of moving faster. This will be available. The another thing, what colleges can do, because this is the very, this one step, you can say blocking stamp in progress, and particularly getting good grade. So they can take this MOOC courses, that SWAM portal is there.
Okay.
So you can provide opportunity to the students, and they have two systems that if students have this course and appear in exam through the SWAM portal, they have to now pay 1,000 something fees. So they will get certificate. But college can facilitate by providing the DTH. So this will provide the 24 hours access to knowledge. They have more than 2,000 courses. They are still coming up for those things. So those courses will have, because the idea is that you are having your mindset to accept the change and provide opportunity to the student in spite of challenges. Because these are the challenges to the colleges, how to implement when university is not ready. And university will not ready when government is not supporting, because government has to provide the salary and all these things. So this is the whole chain. To come out of this chain, these are the ways where college can do, provide this opportunity, what we can say additional these things. And you can also provide opportunity to do the non-credit courses. Because when university will bring, it will bring the credit courses, but non-credit courses will provide the certificate and all these things, which will provide the job opportunity for the students. That is the main aim of the students, to either bring them under entrepreneurship development or for more jobs abroad or in India or wherever. And there is so much demand also for those courses. Now MOOCs is having a lot of such kind of the short duration courses. And in the month of May and in the month of November, they publish the list. So you can give the circular to take the option from the students what course they want. And in this way, you are providing this. Then all your sports and other things, NSS, convert them non-credit. Only thing that time that credit has to be what is the timings assessment, not that, and provide the certificate. So in this way, you are going to provide at your initiative, your level. That is very important. And you can say that you are implementing NEP 2020 in spite of these limitations in this way. You can explain, because they clearly ask what kind of the vocational course or this value-added course related to culture, language, all these things, or community oriented. So you can provide in this way that these are the opportunity to the. So I am sure that the colleges can take such kind of the route to overcome some of those technical problems which are not in our hand to solve actually.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Bowry has raised the point. Dr. Sharma, can we break for 10 minutes and then reassemble? Dr. Bowry, would you raise question now, or we can come after the break?
After the break, sir.
Okay.
After the break.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Raksab. Namaskar.
We are breaking for 10 minutes. You can have a cup of tea or coffee and then rejoin
I
for
will-
the question and answer.
I will go for my dinner because I am early dinner taker. And
Okay. Finish your dinner and then can come back again on this for answering some of the questions. Or would you like to close it right now?
So
Then 10 minute के लिए break करते हैं.
let us have a 10-minute break and come back at 20:20. And in the meantime, he joins us back. Maybe you can take up some of the questions.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay, Abhimanyu, let's have a 10-minute
Okay.
break. Okay, in the meantime, we can take the question of Dr. Bowry. I think
Yeah, Dr. Bowry, yeah.
in the meantime, Juman will join. I think he's on break.
I think yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Since Dr. Sharma is from Northeast, I was thinking of asking him what are the courses, skill development courses viable for the students of Northeast India?
Okay.
That was the question.
I think
People
Dr.
of this
Sharma,
region are different.
yeah.
That's why.
I think he'll be joining us shortly. He is taking food. Otherwise, also they have given the list of vocational courses. That is what he was referring, and you can have it. And that list, I think, they could be made available to you, and then find out which of these courses could be very useful to the students from the Northeast.
Yes,
And some of the courses which are very very much in demand these days are related to the hotel management, related to design, related to the skill, IT related skills. The other day somebody came and asked me that can we have a skill related courses in IT, particularly related to AI, coding, and other aspect of the ICT related courses, which are nowadays different than what we were having basically earlier. Particularly people are referring to coding aspect of it. So there are some of these courses which could be considered. And Northeast, particularly last time when the Dr. Srivastava was there, he was talking that there are some locally produced goods which could be processed and that could be made available. That skill could be provided to them with the locally produced goods and that sort of skill to do certain things could be provided. But the list of the vocational program has to be seen, and then you relate it with the which are more important for the tourism. Is little in Northeast and particularly Shillong has a little bit of tourism opportunity, but it still may not be that high as you find in plainland area. But definitely hotel design and IT related skills which are now changing. There could be communication skills and certain life coping skills could be also considered very important for the students. Because what we call value-added courses, which value-added courses basically in terms of which will provide them soft skills pertaining to communication skills, soft skills, communication, critical analytical thinking skills. And those skills, soft skills could be considered interpersonal relationship skills and coping up skills, which could be as a part of add-on program or additional program, which is valuable for everybody in any state, including Northeast today. But one of the fashion designing is also very popular. Other day I found that fashion design has become very popular in some of the part of the Northeast, and they want fashion design courses in terms of clothing and other related aspects of it. These are the few of things, but basically one could look into the survey of development in this northeastern region and which are the areas they are trying to develop. That could be, and these people are also coming to Delhi. Good part of the student passing graduation or post-graduation are also coming to Delhi or cities, metropolitan cities, and their services would be, and many people like the services of persons coming from Northeast because whatever the time they spend seriously in terms of the job which are doing. I think shop floor, many people like the persons who are managing the retail shops. Retail shops are basically being done by the many of the persons, particularly retail clothing shops. Clothing shops are basically being managed in the malls and other areas. So some of the retail courses, retail salesmanship, retail this thing could also be considered as an add-on program. But there's a list of add-on program which could be considered for the purpose of providing certificate course, what we call certificate courses to the students. Certificate which could be your certificate, it could be joint certificate by industry and your university. University can come, college can also come to do the certificate course, and you can directly offer them that your need-based program where it will serve the industry's interest could also be considered. So these are the few things which would be, I'm sure if he joins, he'll add to them because he is already there for several years and he knows the kind of need of the people in that region. And you also know because you have been working in this region for a long period and you are running an institution. So the area is very well known to you, and we are also offering 2 courses to all the students. One is life coping skills, which is becoming very important for the people. The other day somebody was talking, there is a need for this, the life coping skills, particularly to the students who are not being exposed to certain areas of their life, living standard, living life effectively. So that is the area where we are offering. Another value-added courses, this has become very important. Values have become very important, and the values aspect is also being considered to be given. We are offering 2 credit courses in the area of values and life coping skills. And life coping skills is also becoming very popular by the students.
I see, sir. Thank you. Actually, sometime back, the director of the College Development Council, Nehu, has sent us a letter asking us what skill development program, what courses we are going to start in our college.
Yeah.
So that was fine. But then I was thinking, where do we get the syllabus for it? Suppose we want to start any of the development programs.
Yeah, if you have identified some of the courses, the syllabus could be easily made available, because the syllabus of most of the courses there are 2 levels of, one is the AICT oriented, vocational skill oriented courses are there. Other is the general courses, as I referred to the soft skill type of courses. If you identify a particular course like fashion design, if you identify syllabus is already available at various levels, certificate level, diploma level, and the degree level. So that's it. If you want to agriculture and food production, fruit processing, etc., certificate courses are also available. So you find that courses can be, once you identify certain courses, like you want to identify the food processing courses, or bakery or other thing, that course designing, that could be
tourism. Tourism.
Yeah, that could be also.
Guide, tourist guide.
Yeah, tourist guide. Or even you would find that the people have taken a kind of entrepreneurship with regard to the tourists coming and staying in the villages for some time. Some of the Sikkim villages are known for people coming and staying there for a few days and having the atmosphere, which is an environment free from any pollution and comfortable life and no problems of urban life. So that is where some people like to come and stay, and they create some small huts and small areas, and about 10 and 10 people can come and stay and provide them that opportunity. So tourism of a different kind. Tourism, one is coming and seeing other thing, other is a tourism for eco-friendly tourism or eco-related tourism, where some of the entrepreneur some of the young person from Northeast can choose a village where the 10 or 15 rooms could be considered, and people occasionally come and stay there, and they can earn a good amount of money. And this is it's a different kind of hoteling. It's not the kind of hoteling which people are referring to, or not Airbnb, or not even the stay home facility. It's a kind of people just want to have the away from the urban life and want to enjoy the rural life with the rural environment and very pollution-free environment. They come and stay. And Sikkim, one village in Sikkim is very much popularly known to the people about the coming from any part of the world and staying for a couple of days, maybe from 3 to 5 days, and then leaving. So that also offers a lot of money to the students. So that kind of opportunity of being entrepreneur, what I'm talking some certain short SME entrepreneurship. SME, small scale entrepreneurship is one of the very important, where the investment requirement is not more than 5 to 6 lakhs or something, and the small scale entrepreneurship could be there. Another area of small scale entrepreneurship, which Dr. Srivastava used to tell, the locally produced goods, particularly bamboo related goods and bamboo kind of arts and articles which are being used for a decoration, articles which are being used from bamboo, that can also be considered. So these are a few things which one can take as an entrepreneur, small SMEs, entrepreneurs. And now new things which is also coming on the food side, which you said that the food side is become very popular, and some of the products which are coming now. I was told this coffee beans from Northeast are also becoming very popular, particularly Meghalaya was told, and then Nagaland, some of the other parts, Sikkim, that is also big. So people can go to agriculture and food activities. Those who are coming from agricultural places, they can also think of having new products, cultivation and distribution and so on. Some of that kind could be taken up.
Yes, but no, it's okay.
No, go ahead, Vijayana. Share your concern.
This particular Sikkim initiative taken by the Sikkim village, I think this can, it's quite viable for Meghalaya because number of people come as tourists. But if there's someone around to explain to them as a guide, I think people can stay here. This is a non-polluted state. I mean, pollution is down to zero out here.
Yeah. So you can create, they can create some villages of this type. Some young entrepreneur can and with the locally produced material like bamboos, etc., and they can do with this sort of thing.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. So this is quite a lucrative skill development program would be in this area. Thank you.
And another area is, I think, as it is becoming, the nursing is going to be another important sub. One is that
nursing is okay, sir, but then nursing, for practicals, they need some hospitals.
Some of the hospitals which are not possible in this area. Only one
we
hospital.
have few hospitals only, 8 or 9 hospitals, 6, 7, 8, not more than that in thing. So these already have their own students.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Any other question? Yes, Sharmaji, are you back?
I think
Same.
Abhimanyu also wanted to say something.
Abhimanyu, go ahead.
Yeah, I was listening.
Abhimanyu, you have any idea of kind of demand you have in J&K? We had people from J&K other day in the Delhi, one of the meeting which the NEPA had organized, and they are being asked to implement the NEP, and they wanted some kind of skill-oriented program, particularly referring to the agriculture-related aspects. Do you have anything kind of demand coming to the asking students asking certain kind of courses to be offered by the colleges? Do you get some kind of demand on this aspect? Abhimanyu?
He has not unmuted himself.
Unmuted, yes, he's not unmute. Unmute, now we'll be able to hear you. Do you expect some kind of demand from the college, and particularly you have a large number of persons coming and settled in Jammu from Srinagar and the valley area, and these people might be looking for some kind of skill-oriented courses and program. Is there kind of demand there?
Yes, sir. There has been a lot of demand coming up in skill development areas. And what we have seen that there are a lot of edtech companies coming in Jammu and Kashmir these days.
Okay.
Yeah. So those companies are focusing more on placement kind of thing, job guarantee placement kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they are giving skill in the area of
yes, sir.
IT,
They are giving skill in the area of technical skills. They are providing, sir. Right.
IT and other things.
IT, yes, sir. Cyber security, cloud computing, and yes, those kind of skills.
That's a good proposal.
Right.
Yes, Usman, what kind of skill-oriented course? Because this is going to become a very important area of converting the course. You can give the knowledge, domain knowledge, as well as skill-oriented.
Sir, we are having some hospitality courses, tourism courses, and also digital marketing, e-commerce, such courses we are offering. As rightly mentioned by GD Sharma ji, we are offering such non-credit courses now for 30 hours. Non-credit courses for 30 hours. We are offering such courses open to any stream, open to the students from any stream. In that way,
industry linked.
In that way, we are doing. We are having a small registration fee. We are charging, and that such courses are going. And students are very interested to take such courses also. Basic courses. That is our experience. Sir, I have a
Good.
Okay, that is related to policy matter. That is, what is the status of our Central Board of Advisor Education, CAB?
CAB making.
What is the present status of CAB, sir? Now, is it functional now?
I think CAB meeting they have not taken. Which meeting he had attended? Dr. Sharma, he had attended. Dr. R.C. Sharma, GD Sharma said he had attended that meeting. Was a CAB meeting? Or so far, I have not heard about the CAB meeting. Central Advisory Body of Education.
Is that functional now?
No, I think they have not called the meeting of CAB. But as he was talking, some of the states voiced their opposition. That normally happens in CAB meeting. But I have not heard the CAB meeting has been announced as yet. Even I was told that the policy has not been put to the parliament as yet.
Yes, that is.
But they are implementing it. It's a good. They are a good part of it. They are implementing it. But policy has yet to be put to the parliament for debate and discussion. But concept is good, but there is a backup of doing things, implementing.
Yes.
Idea is that there is a good intention, good idea, good concept, but all this finds the operational only if the support is being given. I had addressed 2 meetings in NEPA with the deans of the colleges and deans of universities and other things, and then college principal from different parts of the country. So you would find that there is a need for having a dialogue at the national state level as well as institutional level. Some dialogue with institutional level has started, but that is only through the academic forum. Like this was mostly academic arrangement at the NEPA, where the deans of the universities came, and then principals of colleges came. They discussed about all this aspect, particularly implementing. They have a problem of how to go about implementing certain things. But let me share with you that although there are 43,000 colleges are there, but 30% are single faculty colleges, standalone colleges, that is B.Ed colleges and other colleges. So they have to integrate with some of the general colleges and become a part of a larger body and of university where the multidisciplinary things can take place. This is one area where it's a possibility of converting, but then there are issues of the management, issues of other kind of funding coming, and all those issues are there, have to be tackled, and some new modus operandi has to be worked out where the institution remain their identity, but at the same time they join as a group to other things. Another suggestion which has come that if a trust is running 3 or 4 colleges and they are different kind of, they can come together and even apply for the deemed to be university. Because last time I remember I was requested to consider colleges from physical education, B.Ed education, arts and science and commerce colleges. These are 5-6 colleges. But at that time, UGC is not giving. I was recommending that they should be clustered to put together, and then they can give the university status. So now with new NEP, it's possible that putting together 3 or 4 colleges, and many colleges are run, and they are at a distance of 20 to 30 kilometers by the same trust. So one can think of making them together or amalgamating and then coming out of forming a degree granting institution, a degree granting autonomous. Now, with regard to autonomy, there is also a change likely to take place. Other day, Professor Patwardhan said that this grading is creating a lot of problem with regard to the assessment of the. There is not perfect system of grading the colleges or universities, and sometimes the comparability is also not there. Sometimes some underhand things also takes place. So he was of the opinion that there should be a simple method of accredited or not accredited. And accredited concept would be going well. If that happens, then granting the degree status, granting autonomy to the college will become easier. Right now, there is a lot of resistance for granting the autonomy to the colleges within every state. University resists, government resists, there is a lot of resistance. So unless that resistance is broken, to grant the autonomy and making autonomy a little easier than what has been, because grading for A grade and etc. becomes a kind of a different, people have a different kind of connotation about the grading. So if accredited, non-accredited system comes up and at the same time they relax the method of granting the autonomy, then in next course of time, you can find 3-4 colleges can make a cluster and then they can become a university, teaching university, and then teaching and research university, and then they can go on to research. In a mission, changing the method, and then it could be worked out. But that process has to be initiated if really we want to have. I'm glad that some of the state government has set up a commission, etc. So then it should be expedited. It should be helped. Much more important is the providing funds by the state. The central government has to come out very openly that since we are trying to implement the policy and they have committed in the policy that 20% funds would be given every year, increases, and the 20% increase would be given. That has to be adhered if we really want to implement in a sincere manner. So these are a few things, but change is a very welcome change in terms of breaking the structure which have come up along back and making colleges only at the second level or third level, and now they can acquire as good a good status as university. Once they become degree granting institution, they can take their own decisions with regard to curriculum, methods of evaluation, introducing new courses, new programs, etc., and that give a status of university and a principal as a vice chancellor level of thinking. That will bring about change. That will also bring out psychological changes in terms of the students. Otherwise, they are always thinking that, unless university tells us, we cannot do it. Once the university is not there, you yourself in university, then one can do a lot of things in this. So these are the few aspects which would really bring about change, but it will take some time. It will, first is that ground has to be prepared. Yesterday I told that there is a system, what we call farming law. Farming law means you prepare the land, you then make it fertile and then sow it, then put the seed, water it, and then wait for flower to come, wait for the crop to rise. So that is where the process has to be. Our process would lead to the quality and change in the system. The process aspect has to be emphasized in the implementation of policy. And the changes which you have to take, teaching learning process has to undergo a major change in terms of critical analytical thinking, not really reproducing, etc., which is possible at the college level or university level if they like.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Last one that you said
Yes,
quite a
go
good
ahead.
one.
Which one?
The last one about farming.
Yeah, farming law. There is a law, what we call if you want to become excellent, then there is a process, what we call farming law. Farming law means you have to initiate the things, then you make the law, prepare the ground. Preparing the ground means connecting with the student, connecting with the teachers, and sharing the vision with them, and then they making them part of the whole system. And then you have to provide inputs for the purpose of that idea, resources, and then wait how things grow, and then ultimately achieve the excellence. So that is where the most of the universities in the world which have become very popular or will become very famous in the world, they have followed this farming law, a systematic process and regular process of developing and doing things of a different kind or innovative kind.
Yes, sounds very, very good. And students will be interested in it since it's a practical work.
Yeah.
It's, thank you.
So, Sharma ji, any other question आपकी तरफ से?
No, sir, but we can request.
Let me check with Dr. Sharma. Can खाना खा लिया तो they can come for a while.
He's here with us. He responded that he's listening to our conversation.
अच्छा, responded by. I did.
He's back.
Back, then we can ask him to take on for a few minutes, and then we can thank him.
Sure.
डॉक्टर साहब सुन रहे हैं आप? डॉक्टर साहब आप अनम्यूट करिए. टाइप किया था.
He spoke when you were answering the question that.
I see. Okay. हाँ आ गया.
He's back.
Yes. डॉक्टर साहब. आप. जी जी.
I was listening actually regarding this binary accreditation.
Yeah.
आपका फिर कॉल आ रहा है?
नहीं, मैंने वही आपके बुलाने के लिए बंद कर देता हूँ मैं. वो पढ़ा ही रह गया. ठीक, बंद कर दिया. बंद कर दिया. हाँ. आपको बुलाने के लिए किया था.
उनकी कॉल डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई सर. और उनको अब दोबारा लॉगिन करेंगे.
दोबारा लॉगिन करें. हाँ. अच्छा, मैंने डिस्कनेक्ट किया तो वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया.
वो हो सकता है बटन दब गया होगा ना, क्योंकि मोबाइल पर वो है.
अच्छा.
Very small.
Okay, we can. He'll join us.
I'm checking on the screen if he joins. In the meantime, you can continue.
Yeah. So this binary thing which they have started आगे है. हाँ, आप कह रहे थे डॉक्टर साहब. अनम्यूट कर लीजिए. हाँ, डॉक्टर साहब बोलिए. अनम्यूट करिए. आपको अनम्यूट करिए. अनम्यूट करिए. हाँ,
हो गया डॉक्टर.
हाँ,
वो डॉक्टर पटवर्धन साहब के चेयरमैनशिप में कमेटी बनी हुई है.
हाँ.
और हम लोगों ने भी AIU की तरफ से उनको सजेशंस दिए हैं कि एक्रेडिटेशन, क्योंकि NAP जो आएगी वो उसमें इम्प्लीमेंट होंगे. और आपने सही कहा कि फिर वो बाइनरी रहेगा, एक्रेडिटेड नॉन एक्रेडिटेड. तो खैर, लेकिन जब तक ये सब नहीं होता है तो अपने को वो करें. मेरा कहने का सिर्फ इतना ही मतलब है, किसी चीज के लिए रोके ना, because many changes will come and whatever opportunities could be utilized, like you rightly said, the Momo one graduate, IIM Hyderabad graduate, he has already started the business of Momo from here, and he has now turnover more than 1 crore. So what he has developed, one is packaging, good, taking after this license. Another thing, that storage, it can be stored for 2 to 3 months without changing the taste. So, and then he has also started blended wild tea. Whatever tea we are getting now is cultivated, which is having a lot of pesticide and fungicides. So he has started blended wild tea. So in this way, there could be many things. With turmeric in Meghalaya, this Lakateng variety is so much. The capsule can be made of this Lakateng. So many opportunities are there. Only thing they have to go in innovative way and explore the market, and depending on their vision, they can explore lot of this thing. And Dr. Bauri was rightly telling that there is so much scope for organic in Meghalaya, Arunachal, in all the northeast. So much scope is there. Wild fruits, they are this one juice and the nutritive value, the herbs, so much richness in herbs. All these things can be part of both credit and non-credit courses, giving training, that skilled training, inviting the experts from different research institutes, and then in this way, the lot of changes can be brought into. So what I was just trying to say, that if we keep on waiting on this like a government way, that when some circular will come, then we'll start according to this. We can have innovative input from our side, and now opportunities are available if we want to take the leadership, the change in the system.
Yeah, that's very. I think that last word which you use is taking it a lot of.
This is quite interesting. I have some
Strength.
students at Kaka Handik State Open University in Guwahati, and there we just a few months ago we offered an online course. It was a MOOC on capacity building of tea growers. That was very
good.
They were asking me that, sir, we want to work with you for some online course. So, and they were thinking of routine. And I told them that, look, Assam is famous for its tea, and I have not seen any good program related to that. And that program was very successful. Capacity building of tea growers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. A very important point which is being raised, the leadership, last point is made about the leadership. In fact, leadership training is required at every level, at department, head of department level, dean level, university vice chancellor level. That will bring, but what is it? Don't wait. You try to find a big resourceful person, and being resourceful person is a leadership, and that leadership quality has to be encouraged. Luckily, in OECD and many of the programs, leadership has acquired at the school level, college level, university, a high priority. In our country, first time this aspect of leadership is being taken. Try to be resourceful, try to change, and then be a change agent. So one of the area where the scope is there, leadership program to be given even to the students, how to become a leader in the respective field or respective area, and be resourceful person, break the barriers, break the structures which are obstructing, and then become that will bring about a major change. I think that has been a very big, last word which you use. The leadership is a key word nowadays, not only in India, in many of the developed countries, OECD country particularly, I refer to that the leadership program is a part of the policy, that it should become a program for capacity development at every level.
Very good.
Thank you. Dr. Sharma, you can perform the very pleasant role of the very excellent presentation done by Professor G.D. Sharma,
yes,
and it has been very practical. Right? Dr. Bauri, you wanted to have some guidance from Dr. Sharma. He's there.
So I was only asking about the students of Northeast are quite different from the mainland India. So what would be the best skill development courses for them? in the Northeast India, particularly Meghalaya.
Yeah, actually, for Northeast,
काली कैप थी वो कहाँ है मेरी?
students have more opportunity than other region.
Yeah.
But we have not explored. The first region is that the mindset change for entrepreneurship, first of all. Secondly, the courses on the online marketing,
Yes.
selling their item, what they feel. See, Momo, one example I have given that some students have already taken. In Meghalaya, another this rice, fermented kind of the rice, with the tea, they sell it without adding any salt or sweet. That name I don't remember, but we have tasted. That can go very well for diabetic persons. And these things can be explored. A number of things from Meghalaya, particularly herbal tea, making blended herbal tea. A number of herbs are there. See, now this glow, ashwagandha, these are coming. And one of our students has developed the room freshener from the lemongrass.
Yes.
Okay.
And they just put in that there is a kind of electric this thing. In that they put a few, about 10 drops, and then fumes comes up, and it. So these ideas have to be created, and there is a lot of scope. But one thing is required, that first of all training for the teachers is required.
Exactly.
Because exposure to the teachers of this business, how to create business, how to sell the things, all these small courses can be taken up, and these courses can be transmitted to the students through non-credit course, because the implementation of NEP 2020 in Meghalaya has to be done by Northeastern University only.
Yes, sir.
So, in colleges, because all colleges are affiliated to NEHU.
Yes, sir.
And the internship has to become one of the important component of this NEP 2020. So that a student can have 3 months training in industry or other part, where according to their potential, where they can go, they will get good exposure once they come out. And the advantage is that they have English as a good communicating language. So this is the plus point with Meghalaya and Northeast student. Then another thing, they are honest people, and they are very docile, and they have capacity to listen others also. They do not argue much, whereas students from other part, they start arguing and all these things. So these are the, you can say, characteristics for a good businessman. But these characteristics have to be converted into this
practice.
Very true.
Practice.
So,
Yes, sir.
I think
Thank you, sir.
and if you feel, you can visit sometime USTM. We will show you how the students of food technology, they are creating. Some of our students, they have created a number of this value-added biscuit making, value-added fibers. Then they are using this chocolate of your ananas, the pineapple flavor.
Okay.
me and Dr. Ganesh Dutt are coming very soon.
Many things will be done. It is only the idea to be converted, and also how to go about all those legal and that business registration, where to register, this awareness in a small kind of the training program. can be done. So you need first of all trainers to be trained, and then to communicate
To be trained and to retain them.
Yes, to retain
Yes, yes. Otherwise, they will get trained and come to Delhi.
Exactly.
I think since Abhimanyu here is an entrepreneur, we will listen to him. Before that, I think Dr. Bawri may already be knowing about it, but I want to share. One of my brother-in-law, he had set up a factory in Bangladesh to make T-shirts, means the fiber out of the bamboo, means there. So I don't know how he processes it, but he's doing very well. Means few years ago he sent me to jersey, the woolen jersey made out of bamboo. So perhaps, and in Northeast we have a lot of that. So
Lots of bamboos are being wasted out here.
people cut them and just make other things, but they can put them in a very purposeful.
Yeah, they can do that. They can do.
So, okay, sir,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Okay.
It is 9 o'clock and it has been a very lively and interactive session. So, my thanks to
Dr.
Professor.
Sharma, thank you very much. इनको बोले हाँ. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you. Namaskar.
I can
Namaskar.
thank both the
Thank you all,
Bawri Dutt
sir.
and Ganesh Dutt.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Usman, Dr. Bawri,
Thank you,
Dr.
sir. Good night, sir.
Abhimanyu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Today is many people are away. Vivan
Thank you,
has
Ramesh,
not
sir.
joined. Thank you. Vivan
I'm
has
wondering
not
why
joined
he didn't join.
because he was very keen that he'll join, and that's why we didn't postpone.
There was some job mela in his college today.
Okay.
He must be overburdened with that.
Yeah.
It was from morning 9 to 4. He
Yeah,
must
that's
have
right.
continued even after that.
Okay.
Abhimanyu, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have come up with a new online service regarding in education sector only. As in Jammu, there are lot of lot of people in the remote areas are not aware about the education, new education policy and new things coming up in the education. So we have developed a portal wherein a student, any person or any candidate can register and create an account, and he or she will get an update every month regarding any new trend coming up in education.
Oh,
Very
wonderful.
good.
That is
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
So
Very
So
good.
that will be live by the 15th of December. So hopefully when I'll come to Delhi for the seminar, that seminar that's happening in Delhi.
Yes.
So I'll definitely show that thing over there itself.
Most
Okay.
welcome.
Good.
That will
Very
be
good.
great.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
We will be
Good
happy to
night,
learn
sir.
more about it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So thank you, Abhimanyu. Take care then.
Okay. Okay. Take care. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
okay.
very much.
Bye.
And Dr. Sharma, get ready for 3 days.